So I'm just on the hammock swing outside our notch hostel, and we've had quite a busy morning of organisation. So we're just working out how we climb the Whites. We've got 3 big days, the next 3 days, just to get Chief where he needs to get so he can catch his plane to Boston on Saturday. So we're getting picked up at 5:30 tomorrow morning and then heading out for a big day. So that'll be exciting. But right now, believe it or not, we're going to McDonald's. First time in years, but the guys haven't been feeling very well since they gave themselves a bit of heat exhaustion, particularly Chief, a few days ago, and he just needs to get some calories in his body so he can walk for the next 3 days. So we're going to do that. Joe and I also need to go and remember that box that we sent to the post office with 10.2 pounds of stuff? Well, we're going to open that box. We're going to take out our good raincoats, a hat and some gloves because we've got some big mountains to climb. And we are then going to send it forward to the next post office or the next hostel that we've worked out where we're going to stay. So there's been a lot of poring over maps, looking at distances and doing logistics this morning. So it's McDonald's for lunch, and then there is a sort of Chinese/Japanese restaurant, which is going to be dinner. We're having a lovely rest. It's wonderful. What do you do on your day off when you need McDonald's? Well, and it's 1.8 miles away. You just drive. You just walk. Drive. You just walk. So we're heading down the road. Going to take a slow wander in the direction of North Woodstock, McDonald's and the post office, and maybe a little bit of food resupply. I'm not sure. We are just heading into, you see that? Woodstock. Looking for McDonald's. Find yourself an interstate, and it should be pretty close by. There we go. Dense calorie food. The most energy for the least amount of money.
That looked a little too much. Yes. Moosilauke in one day.
What you got there, Charge?
I've gone for a West Coast beer, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's quite good beer actually. I enjoy it.
Bit of day drinking.
Yeah, and I had to carry about 1.3 miles from the shop.
I know, you've worked for it. Yes, after your McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's today. We've got it's our first McDonald's on tour. It was actually delicious.
Oh, it was my first McDonald's for years, and it just hit the spot.
Yeah.
And it was after pancakes for breakfast.
Oh, yeah, pancakes and brekkie this morning.
And that didn't even hit the sides. And what are we excited about in the freezer that's just arrived at the hostel?
Oh, they've got tubs of ice cream. So we're going to mow in some of those.
That's after Chinese that we're going to have for dinner.
Yep, there's apparently a really good Chinese restaurant in town. And we're in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. And this is a 0 day for us, no walking, but we just walked into town and back. But I'm going to have Peking duck, spring rolls, egg foo young, and
we're here for a few days, aren't we? We're going to work our way through the menu.
Yeah. So I think there'll be one very happy Chinese restaurant owner in the next couple of days.
Do you think we've got hiker hunger?
I think it has hit us really, really hard. I must be burning anything up to, I don't know, close to 6,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We're making up for it today.
Yep.
Cheers.
Calories.
To that.
So here is Flash spending all her time editing and doing her vlogs. It is a lot of hours that she puts into it, so well done, Flash.
Thank you. Ooh, look, Chinese takeaways. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I can see the pad thai right there.
We'll be here in a minute, she said.
Fantastic. 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday, and we are just waiting for Marlene, our shuttle driver, to come and pick us up. We've got about an hour to drive back to where we finished on Monday, so where we start again. Low mileage today, well, lowish, so 16-ish miles, but 16 very steep miles, so it's going to be a hard day today, hence the early start. We've just sprayed the heck out of ourselves with pesticide because we pulled so many ticks off ourselves on Sunday and Monday that we were all a bit freaked out. So we're covered in pesticide. We have snacks, lots of water, and we're ready to go. I'll report back in during the day. 6:36, and we've just been dropped off by Marlene. We've all got our little day packs from the Notch hostel, and we're ready to walk up a hill.
Mount Smart,
Mount
Cube.
Mount Smart and Mount Cube. Doesn't sound too ominous until you look at the pictures. Woo! Been doing some climbing, but this is what we've been waiting for, is the fact that we're going to get views. Getting up above the trees. Just a second, let me look at the view first. And I think charge.
I was going to say, Flash, we're probably 2/3 of the way up Mount Smart in New Hampshire. We're above the tree line for the first time ever.
I know.
And look at that view.
It's
Woohoo!
beautiful.
And the sun's out.
I know, it's
I'll
gorgeous.
bring my guns out.
Your guns, yeah. So this is Smart Mountain.
Well, I'm sorry. Easy 1 mile, and then up 1 mile.
Oh.
But the up is like what we've been doing.
Is that up there?
Yeah, let me find out.
Thank goodness someone's looking at the details. I'm just following Joe.
So, which way? South to east? Wait a minute. That's going to be Smart Mountain.
Yeah.
You see the tower?
Yeah,
The tower.
Oh, so that's Smart
Yeah,
Mountain.
that's Smart Mountain.
We haven't even started climbing Smart Mountain yet.
No, but we have 1 mile of relatively flat, and then you can see that's kind of an easy up. That's not too hard.
That's good.
No, that's
Kind
okay.
of like what we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
And then what we can't see is what the rest of our mountains are the other side of that.
Yeah. Okay, we're at the top of Smart Mountain. Up means up. It's been serious climbing, but I'm going up the top there to look at the view.
So here I am, top of a fire watch tower on the top of Mount Smart. So for huffing and puffing, but not only climbing up a massive hill, rock climb, I've now just climbed up this tower. And it's a complete 360 view. You can see it's a stunning day.
Here comes Chief. I thought I'd wait for you to come up before I try and go down. I'll leave you to it.
And here we are, crossing a brook and lovely bridge. Talk about bridges, there's Bridgie. Woohoo, go Flash. How you going?
I'm going really good. This is beautiful.
Yeah, stunning. So we've done coming up to 9 miles in 3 hours and 40 minutes. So we've gone exceptionally well, but we're about to go up
Cube Mountain.
Cube Mountain.
Climbing up Mount Cube and its rocks, my old friends. Yes. Up there. Here I go. Ooh. "14 miles in, we've climbed both peaks and been treated to beautiful views. The view at the top of Cube Mountain wasn't, for me, as beautiful as the other one, but still really great. So we've done, coming up for about 13.5 miles. So we've got about another 3.5, 4 miles to go. And we're getting picked up back by Marlene and driven back to the hostel. So it's been really lovely walking today. Up is definitely up, and it's often lots of boulders and rocks, but it's satisfying starting to climb some of these big hills, and particularly when you're wearing a pink sparkly day backpack as opposed to your big backpack. So yeah, great day. Oh, these mosquitoes are relentless. 17.5 miles, done and dusted. Our first 2 mountains of the Whites, done and dusted. Really great day, but the mosquitoes are horrible. Absolutely horrible. We're just waiting for Marlene to come and get us, and then we'll head back to the hostel, showers, laundry, reheated Chinese, and ice cream. I think that's how the rest of the day is going to go. And sorry?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, says Joe, but he really means that's code for beer.
No, beer comes after Coca-Cola.
Beer's after Coca-Cola, and I may just have a cheeky Chardonnay. It's 6:15 a.m. We've just been dropped off by Marlene, and I'm hopping through rocks and mud. We have got, I'm not sure how many miles today, but we've got our first big mountain, which is Mount Moosilauke, which is a big one. It's over 5,000 feet, and it's above the tree line, and it's going to be beautiful. So I will report back in, but it's going to be a big day. Lots of climbing and lots of mosquitoes. We've got 9 miles before we get to the mountain and start climbing, and it's kind of like this, undulating, ups and downs, hopefully not too boggy. It was really boggy yesterday, boggy and mosquito-y, but walk for 2 hours, we're going to have a break, and another 2 hours and a break, and I think we're going to have lunch in a shelter. We've told our driver that we should be finished by 3. We'll see. I'm excited to get to the top of this beast. Slowly winding our way through the woods and across various roads. I think this road's called 25C, and we've been walking for 3 hours. So I'm getting closer and closer to a really large mountain. But it's perfect conditions. It's nice and cool, overcast, and we are on the AT, on the Town Line Trail. 9 miles in 3 hours and 22 minutes. Time for a snack. I think it's after the shelter that we really start climbing. Chief's all excited because he's excited for us so that we get to experience a real mountain in the Whites in New Hampshire, and I'm excited too, because in lots of ways I feel like this is part of what we've been working towards, getting to New Hampshire and climbing these real mountains. Right, time for some electrolytes and something to eat. And we're off. 10 a.m. I've had lunch and we're looking for the white blaze that's going to turn us left and turn us up the hill. Okay, so we're all the way down here and we're walking all the way up there, that big hill, mountain. that's in front of us. Okay, 3.9 to the summit. It's all the way up. Let's go. Just got some water. It's very rocky, but it's a pretty steady climb up. Not quite at the summit yet, but we're going to head to the South Peak, which is 0.16 of a mile. Wow. Not at the South Peak yet, but this is just beautiful. It's rocky, but a steady climb at the moment. We've got two peaks, the South Peak and the other peak, not too far away now. South Peak. That's beautiful. Look at this gorgeous view. Not at the summit yet, but that's what we've climbed these mountains for, beautiful views. Ooh, it's just really sharp down now. My knees are having a big chat, but we're getting there.
That was crazy, because that came all the way up there.
Ooh, just come off that mountain, and coming down was just really hard. It's very, 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 very steep, slippery, and I would climb it again tomorrow before I'd want to come back down off it. Much easier to go up than it was to go down. My knees are sore. You feel like you've got way more control when you're walking up. But that's exciting that we've knocked that one off. But coming down, wow, really hard. "5:30 a.m. Well, 5:37 a.m. and we're on the trail. We're climbing the Kinsman this morning, and it's just straight up. Oh, straight up the hill. Chief's last day today, so we're going to miss him, but we're going to get this hill done, mountain, as quickly as possible because there's some bad weather coming in. So I'll report back. Meanwhile, I'm, going up. Just getting a bit confused by the signage. Weren't quite sure which direction we were meant to go, but at the end of the day, up is always a good choice. You can see Joe right up the top. Oh, you can't, he's gone around the corner. But it's a lot like that this morning, just clambering up rocks.
Yeah, I mean, it was only like 100 foot, but it ain't really worth it.
Okay, so Chief's gone and checked out whether the outlook's worth it, and it gets a big thumbs down. Yeah, we're very careful about what miles we walk. It's all about return on investment. Yeah, time for a little break. We're descending down to the shelter to have lunch at the same time as you would have morning tea. I think we're probably going to have lunch at about 9:30 today. We had it about 10 yesterday, maybe 9:30 yesterday. It's just after we've been to the shelter, it's all the way up the Kinsman. So we've got 3 miles down to the shelter. I was just saying to Joe, for a supposed descent, there's a heck of a lot of ascent, but we're just up and down, up and down. It's very rocky. I don't know how you do this without poles, or if it was icy, it would be treacherous. But we're moving along. An early start's great because it's nice and quiet out here, and it is the Friday before Memorial Weekend, so it's going to get busy over the weekend. 1 mile to the Eliza Brooks shelter, where we're going to stop, and then it's 3.5 miles up. Okay, let's go. We're going up there, up above the clouds, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see something when we get up there. But the focus at the moment is just going up, up, up. Honestly, in my life, I never thought I'd be climbing the kind of rocks that I'm climbing. But it's great. I really love it. I love that I can do it. Yeah. Well, we're in the clouds. It's a whiteout. Right. We might just get out of here. That was a hell of a climb. Oh my stars. Whew. That's the South Peak. There's another one we're going to go have a look at. I imagine it's exactly the same. But wow, that was a special kind of climb. Whew. I think this is Lonesome Lake. It's pretty. But we've got 3 miles to go and we want to get off this mountain. Ooh, Joe is writing on the ground. Let's have a look.
Hello, Flash.
Hey, Charge.
How are you?
Oh, I'm a bit tired after today. It's been short but really sharp.
It's been an awesome day. And by the way, what's that?
800 miles.
Well done, Flash. Well
Well
done.
done, Charge. 800 miles. We've walked 800 miles. That's unbelievable. This is just recording, this is just for, and you'll see yourself in about a week or so when you're sitting there with your lovely missus.
Bride.
Yeah, with your bride,
Expression.
with your bride watching
Yeah, that's my expression.
watching the blimmin' kiwis in the woods. So I've got some just basic questions that people are really interested in. And the first one is, Rick, also known as Chief. How did you be called Chief?
Well, I'm chief because I'm a retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant. So a guy named Papa on the Benton Mackay Trail gave me that name. So that's how I got that trail name.
Okay. And it makes sense because you're used to being called Chief, so yeah. Okay, well, thank you. And you started the trail last year.
I did.
So how come you're here in North Woodstock with us in 2022, marching through the woods? So what's the story? What's your story?
All right. So last year, 1 June, I I summited Mount Katahdin
Yep.
and attempted southbound AT. I made it as far as here, all the way through Maine and most of the way through New Hampshire before I shattered my left foot, had a severe injury, and had to come off the trail right here, or right up the road, I should say. And I ended up at this hostel and got the bad news that I had to go home with a broken foot. So I had to have surgery.
Taking care of unfinished business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took care of my surgery, retrained, started back from Southern Virginia, and here I am.
Here you are. And how many miles have you done?
Total, including last year, is over 1,600.
And how many steps have you done?
Just shy, really just shy of 4 million.
4 million. Okay, so you've got a quarter of the trail left to do. What's the plan?
The plan is to go back and spend about 3 or 4 days with my bride and then do a week on the trail
Yeah.
in Southern Virginia, knock that out, go on vacation for a week.
Because that's going to help with completing the trail.
Yes, it will. Do the week vacation at the
Yeah.
Panhandle of Florida, and then
wonderful.
finish the trail in mid-July down at Springer Mountain, Georgia.
Fantastic. And while we're on, I'm feeling a bit sleepy, but because we've had a burger and a beer, we just want to say how much we've enjoyed your company. It's just been fantastic, even if you do talk a bit funny
300 miles.
and drive on the wrong side of the road
Talking about driving on the wrong side of the road.
and don't understand some of the stuff we say.
Don't even speak the English.
But I did
Don't
hear
speak
you.
in the English.
I did hear you use rubbish.
I used the term rubbish so that you would understand. Yes, I like rubbish. Rubbish is nice. I like
And
that.
we're looking forward to hosting you in Linda in New Zealand.
And we look forward to coming to visit. And without getting too mushy, you guys have been a true blessing on the trail, and I think God put you in my path for a reason. So
Likewise.
you have been amazing.
Okay, should I put the camera down so we can hug it out?